There is a specific reason Donald Trump was concerned about Bill Clinton's deposition being taken. There is a specific reason Donald Trump was expressing, "Oh, I feel terrible that the former president has to go through a deposition. He's a good guy." It's because Donald Trump recalls the conversations he used to have with former President Bill Clinton regarding Jeffrey Epstein. More specifically, Bill Clinton let some information slip during that deposition. It sheds light on a very concerning period in Donald Trump's history that we have been covering extensively here on the Midas Touch Network. The information centers around a piece of real estate that Trump was involved in with a Russian oligarch back around 2008, on a property that was initially shown to Donald Trump by Jeffrey Epstein. The falling out between Trump and Epstein revolved around this real estate deal, a transaction where Epstein felt Trump had cheated him. This wasn't because Donald had any knowledge of Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking activities or Epstein using Mar-a-Lago to traffic underage girls like Virginia Fry. One point we have consistently emphasized here at the Midas Touch Network is our belief that this real estate transaction was the real issue. Furthermore, Michael Wolff, who once wrote a biography on Donald Trump and was also in talks to write one on Epstein, shared some insight. When Wolff spoke with Epstein, he told us on the Midas Touch Network several months back, as you might recall, that Epstein was insistent, no, it had nothing to do with the girls or sex trafficking. He maintained it was entirely about a real estate deal where Epstein was angry that Donald Trump had sold a property to a Russian oligarch. You might ask, why would Epstein care so much? According to Epstein, around 2003 or 2004, he showed this foreclosure property to Donald Trump. It was owned by an insurance businessman in West Palm Beach going through bankruptcy. Epstein claimed he was going to buy it and simply wanted Trump's advice on where to relocate the pool. He brought Trump to the site, explaining, "I'm about to close on this foreclosure. You know this area and these neighborhoods well. We're close friends. Where do you think the pool should go? How would you redesign it?" Ultimately, Donald Trump ended up being the one to purchase it at the foreclosure auction, paying about $7 million more than what Epstein had intended to pay. Epstein was stunned, believing he had the foreclosure sale effectively arranged to his advantage. Finding out Donald Trump was the buyer, he reacted, "You ended up with it. I showed you this property thinking it was mine, merely seeking your advice, and you took it from under me." Following this, there were potential legal threats exchanged. Another detail Epstein shared with Michael Wolff was his uncertainty about whether Donald Trump might have been cooperating with certain criminal investigations. Trump, he thought, might have been worried about a lawsuit from Epstein, especially if the deal had further irregularities. So, what could those other improprieties have been? In 2008, Donald Trump sold the property he acquired for $41 million to a Russian oligarch named Rybolovlev for around $125 million. Rybolovlev purchased it in 2008 for roughly $95 million, netting Trump about double his investment, with apparently minimal renovations done. Rybolovlev then reportedly demolished the home, turning it into rubble for his daughters to possibly rebuild. That was the end of that estate. This raised questions. Epstein always wondered, given Trump's bankruptcies around that time, how he managed a $41 million all-cash deal on a foreclosure. Were there initial connections to Russian money that facilitated the purchase, with knowledge of a future sale? Was this part of some larger scheme? That was the crux of the falling out Epstein always referenced. So, during Bill Clinton's deposition, when asked, "Did you ever hear anything from Donald Trump about Jeffrey Epstein or about Trump having any interactions with underage girls?" the response from Bill Clinton, and we can see the tape, was essentially that Trump indicated their split had nothing to do with underage girls. The issue, according to Trump, was some financial transaction that ultimately ended the relationship. Because the deposition was initially private, and the MAGA Republicans didn't want the public viewing it live, immediately after it concluded, James Comer, Nancy Mace, and others rushed out to hold a press conference. They misrepresented Bill Clinton's testimony, claiming Clinton said he was unaware of anything Trump ever said about underage girls. In reality, Clinton said he understood from Trump that Epstein was a fun guy, but that they parted ways over this real estate deal. The MAGA Republicans twisted Clinton's words to suggest Clinton exonerated Donald Trump regarding Epstein. Think about that. They used Clinton as a character witness for Trump, declaring Clinton cleared him, when actually Clinton did the opposite. Clinton stated, "Here's what I know. I want to bring in Harry Litman from the Talking Feds YouTube channel, Substack, and podcast. Harry, that's essentially what happened at the deposition. I've always said to focus on that real estate transaction. If you go through the Epstein files released by the estate, there's a message mentioning Tuggy Lane, discussing federal investigations, and specifically naming the West Palm Beach property, the seller, and Trump. I always felt that was significant." Clinton brought it up in his deposition. ****Harry Litman****, Ben, you and Midas were way ahead on this. The revelations everyone anticipated have been disturbing but not surprising. The focus has been intense. While the sex trafficking aspect had some scope surprises, what's really striking is how Epstein operated as a kind of concierge to the elite, leveraging connections for business gain. It stands to reason Trump would be concerned. Remember, he went to great lengths to suppress this information until forced by Congress to release it. We know he feared certain things. Given Trump's history, bankruptcies, lawsuits, deceptions, what was his relationship with Epstein really like back then? They were certainly socializing, and Trump likely had some awareness of Epstein's activities. This has been problematic for the administration, trying to manage the document releases with minimal damage. But information keeps emerging about various figures, including European officials. Ironically, the scrutiny on foreign officials has been intense, while some Trump cabinet members have been less than truthful about their own Epstein connections. The bungled DOJ releases, re-victimizing individuals, keep the story alive. Given Epstein's extensive network and Trump's character in the early 2000s, it's logical there's more to this than just the sex trafficking ring. Bringing in Clinton seemed like a strategic move by Republicans, perhaps to tarnish him, but it backfired. If their takeaway is that Clinton says Trump did nothing wrong, that only intensifies the focus on Trump. It contradicts the DOJ's message to move on. With many more documents unreleased, including those specifically about Trump, this keeps the scrutiny on him alive. ***Ben**** exactly. To give viewers precise details, the oceanfront estate at 515 North County Road in Palm Beach. Trump acquired it in a 2004 foreclosure sale for $41.35 million, part of a bankruptcy auction for nursing home magnate Abe Gossman. Epstein, a friend of Gossman's, got wind of the sale and was likely the only potential bidder. He brought Trump to see it, saying, "I'm about to buy this. What do you think?" At the auction, Epstein lost, wondering how it happened, thinking it was rigged in his favor. Trump was the buyer. Epstein was angry, but what really confirmed his suspicions was in 2008 when Trump flipped the house for $95 million, more than doubling his money in 4 years with no major renovations. That made Epstein believe Trump and Rybolovlev were in on it from the start. Epstein thought this was a channel for Russian money, something he himself might have been involved in. They fought over it. Epstein was later arrested and got that controversial plea deal. After Epstein's arrest, Trump spoke to Palm Beach police, saying, "We all knew what he was doing. He's a bad guy. Glad you got him." Trump wanted Epstein gone, likely because Epstein was suspicious about the Russian transaction. That was the real falling out. When Clinton mentioned this, it was a huge deal. I've always focused on that transaction. ***Harry Litman****, that's your closing argument. Consider version A, Trump was morally offended by Epstein's behavior and broke ties. Or version B, the one you detailed. Given what we know about Trump from Access Hollywood and his history, which scenario is more plausible? You don't need a jury, common sense points to the answer. Ben on that, will close. Subscribe to Harry Litman's Talking Feds YouTube channel, Substack, and podcast. Thanks, Harry. Harry Litman always a pleasure, Ben. Ben want to stay updated? Subscribe to our Substack at midasplus.com for daily recaps, ad-free podcasts, and exclusive content.